Welcome back to AI Alert Room. I'm Elena Volkov. Today, we're exploring a possibility that sounds like science fiction, but is being discussed by some of the smartest people in technology. What if the future isn't humans versus artificial intelligence? What if the future is humans and artificial intelligence becoming one? For decades, people have imagined AI as something separate from humanity. A machine, a robot, an intelligence that exists outside of us. But what if that's the wrong way to think about it? Because when you look at human history, something interesting appears. Humans have always merged with technology. The first humans used tools to extend their physical abilities. Then came writing, which extended memory. Then books, which extended knowledge. Then computers, which extended calculation. Then the internet, which extended communication. Then smartphones, which extended access to information. Each generation became more connected to technology than the one before it, and today, billions of people carry a device everywhere they go, a device that stores their memories, their conversations, their knowledge, their entertainment, their navigation, their social life. In many ways, the smartphone has already become an extension of the human mind. Now imagine the next step. What happens when the technology is no longer in your pocket? What happens when it's connected directly to you? No phone, no keyboard, no screen. Just instant access to information, communication, and artificial intelligence whenever you need it. It sounds impossible, but some of the world's most influential technologists believe humanity may eventually move in that direction. And if they're right, the biggest AI story of the future may not be smarter machines. It may be the transformation of humanity itself, because the moment humans and artificial intelligence begin working together as a single system, everything changes. Work changes. Learning changes. Communication changes. Even the definition of what it means to be human may begin to change. And that's exactly what we're exploring today. The possibility that the next stage of evolution isn't biological, it's technological. Now, if the idea of humans merging with AI sounds like science fiction, consider this. Some of the most influential people in technology have already been discussing versions of this future for years. Perhaps the most well-known is Elon Musk. Musk has repeatedly warned about artificial intelligence while also investing heavily in technologies that connect humans and machines. Why? Because he believes that if AI becomes dramatically smarter than humans, humanity may need a way to keep up. One solution is something called a brain-computer interface. Instead of interacting with technology through keyboards, screens, and smartphones, humans could potentially interact with computers directly through thought. Think about social media for a moment. Today, if you want to post something, you unlock your phone, open an app, type your message, upload a picture, hit send. Now imagine a future where none of that is necessary. You think the message. The system understands it. The message is shared instantly. No typing, no screen, no device, just thought. At first, that sounds impossible. But if technology can already interpret brain signals, many researchers believe future systems could become dramatically more advanced. Imagine wanting directions somewhere. Today, you open a map. Tomorrow, the route could simply appear within your awareness. Imagine hearing someone speak a language you don't understand. Today, you use a translator app. Tomorrow, the translation could happen instantly. Imagine trying to remember something important. A date, a name, a fact. Instead of searching online, the information could appear immediately. The internet would no longer be something you access. It would become something you experience. And that's where things start becoming difficult to imagine. Because every major technology has changed how humans think. Writing changed memory. Books changed learning. Television changed information. The internet changed communication. Smartphones changed daily life. But a direct connection between human intelligence and artificial intelligence would be different. It wouldn't simply change what humans use. It could change what humans are. Some futurists have suggested that future generations may look back at smartphones the same way we look at old rotary telephones: primitive, slow, limited. Imagine trying to explain to someone in the year 2100 that people once carried separate devices in their pockets just to access information. They might find that idea strange, just as modern people find fax machines strange today. Because if intelligence becomes integrated directly into human experience, the smartphone itself may become unnecessary. The screen disappears. The keyboard disappears. The device disappears. Only the connection remains. Some people call this the next evolution of humanity. Others call it the most dangerous technology ever imagined. Because once technology enters the human mind, the questions become much larger. Who controls the system? Who protects privacy? Can thoughts remain private? Can memories be altered? Can intelligence be enhanced indefinitely? No one knows the answers. But what's fascinating is that these questions are no longer limited to science fiction writers. They're being discussed by engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs, and technology leaders today. The possibility of merging human intelligence with artificial intelligence may still be years away, perhaps decades. But the conversation has already begun. And if it ever becomes reality, future generations may view smartphones, laptops, and even today's internet as early stepping stones towards something much bigger. Not humans versus AI. Not humans controlled by AI. But humans and AI becoming something entirely new together. What if humans and AI don't compete? What if they merge? For years, movies have shown AI as humanity's rival. A separate intelligence, a machine that exists outside of us. But what if the real future looks completely different? What if the next stage of human evolution isn't biological at all? What if it's technological? Imagine waking up one day with instant access to the world's knowledge. No smartphone, no computer, no typing, no searching. Information simply appears when you need it. Languages become instantly understandable. Complex calculations happen automatically. Memories become searchable. Knowledge becomes accessible on demand. At first, this sounds like science fiction, but in some ways, humanity has already started down this path. Think about your smartphone. Most people carry one everywhere. Many people feel lost without it. Why? Because the phone has become an extension of the mind. People no longer memorize phone numbers. They don't memorize directions. They don't memorize countless facts. Instead, they rely on technology. The device has become part of their thinking process. In a sense, humans have already begun merging with technology. The only difference is that today's technology exists outside the body. Future technology may not. Researchers around the world are already developing brain-computer interfaces, systems designed to connect the human brain directly to computers. The goal is currently medical, helping people with paralysis communicate, helping patients regain abilities lost through injury or disease. But every breakthrough raises a larger question. If technology can connect to the brain, what happens when it becomes powerful enough to enhance the brain? Imagine being able to learn a new language in days instead of years. Imagine instantly recalling every book you've ever read. Imagine never forgetting important information. Imagine having an AI assistant living inside your own thoughts, not controlling you, not replacing you, working alongside you. This possibility has led some futurists to believe humanity may eventually split into two paths. One path remains largely biological. The other becomes increasingly integrated with artificial intelligence. And if that happens, the difference between the two groups could become enormous. Throughout history, humans have always sought advantages: better tools, better education, better technology. If AI-enhanced intelligence becomes available, many people may choose to adopt it, not because they want to become machines, but because they don't want to fall behind. And that's where things become complicated. At what point does enhancement become transformation? If AI helps you remember information, you're still human. If AI helps you think faster, you're still human. If AI becomes involved in every decision you make, are you still entirely human? There may never be a clear answer. The line could blur slowly over decades, generation after generation, upgrade after upgrade, until eventually the distinction becomes difficult to define. And perhaps that's the most interesting possibility. The future may not be humans versus AI. It may be humans and AI becoming something new together. A hybrid intelligence, part biological, part digital, part human, part machine. Some people find that idea exciting, others find it terrifying. But regardless of how people feel, the conversation is already beginning. Artificial intelligence is becoming more powerful every year. Humanity is becoming increasingly connected to technology every year. The two trends are moving toward each other. The question is whether they eventually meet. And if they do, the biggest technological revolution in history may not be the creation of artificial intelligence. It may be the moment artificial intelligence becomes part of us. I'm Elena Volkov. Subscribe to AI Alert Room for more deep breakdowns on artificial intelligence, emerging technology, autonomous systems, and the future shaping the modern world. And I'll see you next time.